This is an amendment to the pending legislation which would give the mayors and the chief administrative officers of the cities and the states the opportunity to certify that this legislation would be, in their circumstances, contrary to the best interests of public safety, number one, or would result in an increase in local taxes and a decrease in the level of public safety or other municipal services. In other words, if this amounted to an unfunded federal mandate, it would not be effective. Let me speak to the unfunded mandate aspect of this legislation and its interference with the prerogative of states. Those are two different ideas, and two very important ideas in the American fabric. Let me first begin by saying that we're talking here about some of the most honored men and women in our country: firefighters, policemen, other public safety workers. That's true in Tennessee as well. We have over 700 fire departments. We're grateful for the heroism of firefighters everywhere on 9/11. Local firefighters in Tennessee and across the Southeast were among the first on the scene after the deadly tornadoes earlier this year. We are deeply grateful for that. Charles Martinez from Maryville, my hometown, was the Tennessee Firefighter of the Year in 2004 for giving his kidney to a fellow firefighter. We deeply admire that. In 2006, Lieutenant Terrence Andrews of Chattanooga was named Tennessee Firefighter of the Year for his dramatic rescue during a house fire at which he pulled the security bars away from a window to save Virginia Humphrey. Ms. Humphrey was injured and spent some time in the hospital, but she fully recovered. I admire Lieutenant Terrence Andrews' bravery. Another example, firefighter Shane Doughty of the Highway 58 Volunteer Fire Department in Chattanooga died in the line of duty in January of last year when he was trying to rescue a family. We mourn his life and admire, Shane Doughty's life, and admire the bravery of that individual. So all of us admire, respect the bravery of firefighters and other public safety employees. But that's not what we're talking about here. A better name for this bill would be the Washington Knows Best Unfunded Mandate Act. Because in the name of some of the men and women we respect the most, our firefighters, our policemen, and others, we are about to commit two of Washington's worst and most flagrant sins. And that is, number one, to take away from states and communities their right to decide their own labor relations, what it ought to be. And number two, to pass an expensive piece of legislation, make it sound good, take credit for it, and then send the bill home to mayors and governors and local officials who will have to either raise taxes or cut services to deal with it. It's an unfunded mandate in that sense. In this federal law, which will be imposed, and as Senator from Wyoming has said, it affects every state in America. But in 21 states like ours, it overturns our law. It says basically that a mayor is required to recognize a union leader if he wants to sit down or she wants to sit down and talk with policemen and firemen and other public safety employees about pay, benefits, and work rules. It takes away the decision that says we believe it's better for the mayor to deal directly with those employees. I don't know what that will do to improve working conditions or cooperation or the public safety, but I'm confident it will coerce hundreds of thousands of local policemen and firemen to pay union dues and fatten those treasuries.